So this week, something strange happened to me here in Siargao. A random Filipina walked up to me, handed me a sticky note with a funny pickup line, and then she filmed my reaction as one of her victims. Turns out she's doing this with people all over the island and getting millions of views in the process. So today, I'm meeting up with the mastermind behind this operation to find out if she was just toying with me. And later, we're grabbing some sticky notes and seeing if her pickup lines actually work on real people here in Siargao. This is going to be interesting. Now, if you've spent any time on social media recently, chances are you've seen one of these videos. A girl walks up to a complete stranger, hands them a sticky note with a pickup line, and films whatever happens next. Well, one of the people she targeted was me. And apparently, she's becoming one of the most recognizable personalities here in Siargao because her videos are getting millions and millions of views online. So naturally, I wanted to meet her because I have a theory. I don't think these videos are actually about pickup lines. I think they're about something else that's happening here in Siargao. Because if you've ever wondered why so many people come to Siargao and end up leaving with a new friend, a new relationship, or a crazy story, well, today we're gonna see if we can figure it out. But before we do that, let me show you what happened when I became one of her victims. And there we have Lawrence, the mastermind behind all these viral hits in Siargao right now.
Hey, hello. How are you?
Welcome. Well, I'm good. I'm here to learn your secrets.
Okay. Really? Okay, are you ready? Are you even prepared to learn?
Yeah, I am. So we're meeting up at Barrel Cafe right on the beach here. Now, Siargao is known for surfing, but I'm starting to think another popular activity might be flirting. And if anyone knows what's really going on, it's probably the woman who's been walking up to strangers with pickup lines and getting millions of views. All right, Lawrence, how did this start?
Okay, well, this started as a joke, honestly. So I was hanging out with my sisters one night, and we kind of like, we are all single. And, dating nowadays, it's kind of like very messy or chaotic, and like probably could be in a good way or bad way. And we were like, have you seen this? We saw one video that's very, very cute about a girl giving a pickup line, a spicy note to a guy. And, the reaction of the guy actually gave us like a little bit of, how should I say, a little bit of motivation. It's a good feeling when a guy actually brightens someone's day, And I think it shouldn't be very difficult to do that for girls to actually come up to a guy and give a spicy note to make someone happy or smile. So yeah, we kind of like, okay, let's go try it, So
That's it.
yeah, it's like a joke, and then it happened. Yeah, it was so natural.
Oh, that's great. So what was the first pickup line?
The very, very first pickup line that we gave, that we did, it was, I think the note said, "Is your dad a baker? Because you're a cutie pie." So yeah, that's the very first one. And actually that In 5 days, we got like 5 million views.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's amazing actually.
Congrats.
We couldn't even believe that, it's just in 5 days. It's actually short. And we just created a page like 5 days. And the very first day we uploaded and happened so fast.
Very cool. Congrats.
Thank you.
Were you surprised to see the number of views you guys were getting?
Actually, very, very surprised. And we didn't really expect, like at first, like the very first day, we were like, it's so cool. We got 10,000 views. That's amazing. It's like the normal post wouldn't really reach 10,000 for one day. And I'm like, I'm so surprised about this. Third day, we're like, it actually went up to how many? 2.5 million and something. And we were like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's like, we didn't really expect that at all.
So tell me, what was the craziest reaction that you guys got from anyone?
Well, so far, it's my handwriting. They were like saying, it's handwritten by a kid.
Oh, yeah?
It's actually funny. Crazy funny. Yeah. Probably that.
Gotta improve your handwriting, huh?
Well, I mean...
The handwriting was actually fine for me, but the note was a little crumbled up, so I was struggling to read what it said, But anyway, has this resulted in any relationships yet?
Well, technically, we are only doing it like to make people happy, all right? Men happy, women. So we also have some guy friends who give out sticky notes. We tell these friends to give out sticky notes to women who are pretty, who they find interesting, and so. But for us, like personally, it's not something that we do because we want to pick up men, like It's like we want to do this to brighten up a day or to make someone smile or who knows, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so far, no, not yet.
All right. Which nationalities react the best, would you say?
For me, I think so far the best reaction we got, French.
Really, French?
Yes.
Oh my
Definitely.
God. I was hoping you were going to say the Norwegians here, but I'll take that one,
So coming up later, Lawrence is giving me one of her pickup lines and sending me out into the wild. Now, when she does this, people usually smile, laugh, and seem genuinely happy to see her. However, I have a feeling my experience might be slightly different, especially after I saw what she wrote on the sticky notes.
How about what nationalities react the worst?
Ooh, that's a tricky question. So far, we didn't really have that bad reaction yet. So for the least, I'd say, would be American.
American? Oh, I'm surprised.
Sorry,
They're quite outgoing, though. So to my American brothers out there, gotta improve on the pickup line reactions, huh? So who would you say gets the most nervous out of everyone?
Ooh, well, I'd say Norwegian.
Norwegians?
This time.
Oh my God. So I guess I gotta improve too. Holy shit. Why is everyone so social here in Siargao?
I think it's probably the vibe of the island. Like, I've also traveled like other places in the Philippines, but so far, what made me actually really stay here is the vibe. So probably it's the vibe that, when you're here, automatically get that feeling you want to socialize, you just want to go out there because everything comes naturally.
So Lauren, since you're a dating expert, would you say it's easier to meet people here than in Manila, for example?
I'm not really a dating expert, but so far, I think I've gained so many experiences about dating. I've learned so much about dating since I've been single. But I'd say that Siargao is easier to date here compared to other places or other places around the Philippines because aside from being so diverse and so, it gives you a very positive feeling about just go out there. It's okay to learn, okay? You don't really need to date and then expect like good results every time. Sometimes you get lessons.
A lot of people also, for some reason, compare Siargao to Bali. I hear that quite often. Where would you say it's easier to meet people, here in Siargao or in Bali?
I haven't been to Bali so far. So the 3 Scoops of Chaos team, we're going to Bali tomorrow, so we will find out, okay? So we will let you know.
Yeah.
But we're really hoping for like a very positive feedback or result. So we'll see how it's like in Bali and in Siargao.
Why do so many people seem to couple up here in Siargao?
That's a question that's hard to answer because so far, if you're single, you see single people a lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
so you mostly see single people.
it's like, yeah, it's like I'm so like optimistic when it comes to how I view it. Like, okay, I see more single people than coupled up. Maybe?
Would you say there's actually more single people than coupled up people here then?
Yes, definitely.
So Siargao is actually more of a sort of singles paradise.
I could say yes. I agree. It's more single people here than coupled up people. Yeah.
I see.
In my opinion, okay, at least.
So is Siargao actually a romantic place, or are people imagining that?
It is romantic, yeah. But I'd say not so much. In a way that dating here could be very, very hard to.
Really?
Yes.
In what way?
Like you meet a lot of people, okay? And then it's like, it's easy to date. But how easy it is to date is also how easy it is you can actually get your heart broken. And how you can, depends on how you expect the date, you know, could go or would go. But in my opinion, I think this is not the most romantic.
Oh, a lot of people just got their hearts broken by that comment about Siargao here, huh? If Siargao is not romantic, what place on earth is romantic then?
Okay, I would love to take it back, but I have to be very, very honest with you. Living here for 8 years, I've seen so much, you know. Could be romantic, but not that much. But for me, if you ask me the most romantic place on earth, not in the Philippines, right? For me, it's Italy.
Italy?
Yeah.
All right, I've been to Italy, and I gotta say I'm highly disagreeing about that, but I feel Siargao is really romantic, you know. I guess we're going to conclude with that this is a subjective question. It depends on what eye is seeing it, huh?
Well, can I give you an example
Yeah.
as to why I said that?
Yeah.
So we were visiting Florence, you know, for a few days. And then, you know, so random people, really, really nice people. I mean, you see a lot of nice people everywhere. But then we were just walking by and they were like, come, Bella, come sit with us, eat with us. And they would even like really feed you, like, you know.
Okay.
So this is romantic. So this is probably, okay, you don't actually see this in Siargao. Nobody's gonna say, come here, I'm gonna feed you something. I know it's unrealistic.
Didn't I
I'm
just ask you if you want the quesadillas, huh?
Yes, actually.
There you go. 1 point for Siargao.
Okay. All right, yeah, 1 point for Siargao, but it's just that you're Norwegian.
And you think Norwegians are romantic?
I think could be. I haven't been, so that we will find out.
I can tell you that you're wrong.
Really? Like, why?
Well, I'm from Norway, and my impression is that we are a sort of shy culture. So in terms of like how the sort of male and female dynamic is in Norway, I would say that us Norwegian men, we're definitely not hitting on women in the streets or anything like that. We're very shy and kind of withdrawn when it comes to that, you know. Mostly we're just hitting on women when we've been drinking a lot. Sorry, my Norwegian brothers, you know, but it's kind of true, you know. In Norway, it's sort of like an unspoken rule that you're not supposed to talk to people in public if you don't know them already, you know. So the sort of male-female dynamic in Norway is very, very relaxed. While in Italy, it's the exact opposite, you know. It's very flirty over there, so, you know, I could see why you like it there, you know. This makes sense, Lawrence, you know. Since you're an expert on approaching people, would you say it's easier to approach people here in Siargao than other places?
So I think yes, because most people that you see here are on vacation. So when you're on vacation, you normally have this happy state, you know. And then it's easier to approach people who have this kind of like, you know, the energy is just, you just know this is, oh, okay. It's open, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's receptive, it's giving good things, you know.
So, you know, a lot of people that are watching this channel are foreign people. So a lot of them are wondering, what do Filipinas find attractive with foreign guys?
I think it's about, it's probably true that opposite attracts, which could be the main reason why you know. Also, apart from that, I think that we all have different, when it comes to dating, we have different preferences.
What would you say is the biggest mistake that a lot of foreign guys are making when they're flirting or dating here in the Philippines?
Okay, I think it's about assuming that all Filipinas are after the money. Yes. So some Filipinas who date, they just really want the attributes, not you know, not the money. Because like so many Filipino women, just like me, also we can make our own money. We work hard for our goals, what we want, you know. So I guess that it's very fair to not assume that every Filipinas actually are after that. Like some, they just really want to experience the openness of being in a relationship with someone who's different culturally, you know, diversely and stuff.
In just a few minutes, it's my turn to give someone a pickup line from Lawrence. And judging by the sticky note she gave me, this could get very awkward.
What would you say are the biggest green flags for Filipinas?
For me, I'd like a guy who actually can lead, you know, has balls and a fully developed frontal lobe. Basically, who can actually communicate and can talk about whatever, and with really good sense of humor.
So, what do you think surprises foreigners most about Filipinas?
Okay, well, for the record, I haven't been to a lot of foreigner relationship. Like I've only been in a relationship with one.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's that we Filipinas can sing very, 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 very confidently. I didn't say good.
All right, so now the most exciting part here. I'm wondering, can you teach me how you're doing these pickup lines and the sticky notes? What's the trick here? I see you brought one sticky note here. Let's take a look at this. It says, do you believe in love at first sight, or do I have to walk by again? Oh, very nice. Very spicy.
Very spicy, right?
All right, so how do I do this?
Okay, so simple. I know a very, very confident man, good-looking man. It's so easy for you. So what you need to do is just walk up there to the cashier. I think she's cute. You can give this and you can say, hey, you know what? I noticed you and I think you're cute. Can I give you this? So that's normally how I say it.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Okay, I'll try this. So guys, wish me luck. I'm trying this viral pickup line phenomenon myself now. Let's see how it goes. Kind of nervous actually. I don't think I'm a natural at this, you know. Wouldn't say my attempt was a 10 out of 10 exactly, but at least I tried, you know. It was fun. So until next time, peace, love, and samige light.